San Antonio is incredibly regional in terms of architecture, right? So there's a hill country architecture. It's not anybody that would hear this or that would think about architecture in San Antonio would understand hill country, right? That style, and it's a style that's very hard to do vertically. In fact, I can't say that I've ever seen it done very well vertically. It can be done horizontally. Big resorts have done pretty successful manifestations of the hill country style, but vertical is hard. And there's been some attempts to do it. They've never been really successful. So we were really a little bit challenged there with trying to understand what the building's style would be, right? When people look at it, what does it mean to them? And it's easy to apply that style, just not vertically. So what we thought was we have to break that style down. We have to understand the materials of it. Certainly there's going to be stone. We have to understand orientation. The sun is a huge contributor to architecture in a place like San Antonio. And so we did that. We worked almost a little less emotionally with those materials and certainly less stylistically with them, but we still use those materials. So the tower is a limestone-based stucco system. The stone at the bottom is actual hand-selected limestone to match the riverwalk, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then there are some other materials on there that give us the third dimension of the design of the building, and that is context, right? How does it fit on that site in place and time? So the best thing about a good design, the essential thing, I guess, about a good design is that you should not be able to take this building and move it somewhere else. That shouldn't be true. It has to seem to have been born on that site, if that makes sense. And so a big piece of that for us is and was trying to relate it to the Tobin Center, right? It's the only other partner, the dance partner it has just across the river. Otherwise, it's a 20-story building in a relatively low area, just outside in the outskirts of the CBD, if that makes sense. And so carefully calibrating it to the Tobin Center in terms of the metal. So the base of the building has a metal wall that's curved, and then it's sort of programmed with a sinuous sort of riffling of these metal panels that indicate or index the river that's right down there. You can't see it from the street level, but you might look at that panel and say, yeah, that indicates the river is there. But it also matches and indexes the metal across the way. Now the thing about that metal panel screen is it's across the river from the Tobin, but it's across the street from the Tropicana. Which is a sort of 50s styles hotel, which also has a wall that floats out in front of it. So it was a unique opportunity to say we could have this game of walls at the base of these buildings that all talk to each other, and can be different in that the materials that they're and the message that's inscribed in that wall, abstract or literal in the case of the Tropicana. I think it has flamingos on it or something, and at the same time thematically similar, if that makes sense, that kind of unite at a smaller scale what's happening around the base of the building. So, those are the three big things that come together regarding the general design of the building.